Hello, my name's Chris Carter, and I'm going to do a review of the hearing aids, the Widex Super 440s. Before I start, I should say a few things about hearing aids in general. When you're choosing hearing aids, you have three principal things to consider. The first is yourself, which is you, which involves your hearing loss, whether you lip read, how important it is to you to be able to listen to music or whatever, how satisfactory you find the NHS aids that you've been prescribed, and how much you want to spend on private aids. Then the second thing that you need to consider is your audiologist. It's most important to select a good audiologist that knows what they're doing. So first of all, your audiologist needs to be good at selecting the right type of aids for you. So today I'm reviewing the Super 440s, but they come in many guises, and the audiologist has selected the one he thinks is appropriate for myself. And then we have how competent the audiologist is in fitting the moulds and adjusting the aids using his computer or her computer, and then how much they want to charge you. And surprisingly, there's a massive difference in how much different audiologists charge. So, finally, we come to the question of the hearing aids themselves. And for these, I would say the important things are the quality and comfort of listening in different situations, how well they work in crowds, with the TV, at the theatre, maybe at music festivals and things, how comfortable they are to wear, how bothered you are about their appearance, and how many things that could go wrong with them. We'll come to that in a minute. So, unlike many people, my hearing has deteriorated over the years. And when I was working, I had some hearing aids under access to work, and they were the Widex aids. And they do say once a Widex, always a Widex, because they do have a certain way of being. Anyway, these were my first aids, very tiny, and everything is enclosed inside this little bit of plastic, and the whole thing goes in the ear. So they're not behind the ear hearing aids, and they're completely hidden pretty much. And you have the batteries that go inside, and they're special batteries, smaller than the NHS batteries. And you also have a special filter on the end to protect the electronics. So they're fully self-contained, but they do have a reputation of being slightly less reliable than behind the ear hearing aids. Right, well, the hearing aids I've got at the moment are the Widex 330s, the Widex Mind 330s, should I say. And I chose them because they were slightly less expensive than the 440s. They've got less different frequency points, fewer deep frequency points. I think it's 7 instead of 10. And I really went a bit cheaper because of cost. And so I'll take one of these out. And you can see it's conventional. It's got the conventional tubing, the ear mould, and there's no electronics in this bit at all. And then all the electronics is in here, and the sound comes in here, and is processed. To turn the aid off, you simply move the housing for the battery back by 1 notch. And then to take the battery out, you pull it in the opposite direction, and out comes the battery. So that's the Mind 330s. Now we come to the latest hearing aids, which I have been ordered. I've ordered, and they're the Widex Super behind the ear hearing aids. So what do these look like? Well, this is the aid, and you can see that instead of a tubing, it's got wires, and there's electronics both in the back and inside this part as well. So with conventional tubing, the sound has to travel down the tubing before it gets to your ear, and presumably that causes some distortion. So to avoid that, this aid is considered to have the best of both worlds. It's got the same as my former hearing aid, goes inside the ear with the electronics in it, but it's also got an assembly at the back to pick up sounds more efficiently, and it's supposed to be super duper in that respect, picking up all sorts of sounds. It also has the special filters that you have to fit to protect the electronics here, and there's also air holes in here and here that have to be kept clean. So let's pop these in and see what they sound like. I don't know if you can hear this, but I switched it on, and as I'm putting them in, they're whistling very loudly, and we'll come to that problem in a minute. Right, so these have been fitted by my audiologist. I've had two fittings. The first fitting didn't go very well, so the second fitting we had somebody from Widex with us as well to make sure the fitting was correct. So the sound now is much louder with these in, and I can discriminate people's voices much more easily. On the other hand, I don't know whether you can hear, but when I chew, I get a whistling sound. The other problem is that when I come to remove the hearing aids, I have to go to the back of the aid and try and fiddle around with the thing to switch it off. And although I've moved this into the middle position, it's still not off. You have to completely take the battery further back for it to come off. And there's a danger, of course, of the battery falling out. This does take much larger batteries as well, so the NHS batteries are no longer applicable for this aid. So basically, although these aids give a much clearer sound for me, and they probably work very well with music and in crowded situations, because of this whistling, I'm going to take them back. Also, the other problem I've had with them is that walking along, the hair brushes against the bit of wire that runs round, and it makes a noise as I walk along, which is most unsatisfactory as well. And I've been told that the wires can be shortened to reduce that problem. So all in all, for me personally, I've been a bit disappointed with these aids. But I hope you find the presentation helpful for yourself, and I wish you well in choosing your own aids.